morning. Welcome to a little show we like to call After GMS here on Facebook Live. We always love this show because we get to be more relaxed and talk with you guys one-on-one, which is a lot of fun. And also, give you the news you need to know and weather. And that's something else to be happy about this morning.
Yeah, it certainly is. We have another nice day on the way, so let's go ahead and show you the forecast really quickly here. The weather is going to be just about the same for the next 4 days at least. We'll have partly cloudy skies today. You'll see the chance of some patchy fog each morning. Shouldn't be too widespread, and high temperatures will end up in the mid to upper 70s. By the weekend, that's when we'll start to see changes. We'll have a cold front move in, and that will bump up our rain chances a little bit. Doesn't look like a washout or anything like that. We're just expecting isolated showers on Saturday, maybe a shower or two Sunday, with those rain chances just in the 20 to 30% range this weekend before cooler air moves in as we head into early next week. That's a quick look at your forecast.
And thank you. Some Guilford County students did not return to full in-person learning today as originally planned. The school district delayed pre-K through second graders returning to the classroom after a meeting with county health leaders. WFMY News 2's Candace Red breaks down what went into this decision.
Guilford County Schools is delaying the start of in-person instruction for students due to increasing COVID-19 cases. We know that students in pre-K through second grade were supposed to return to classrooms for in-person instruction today. Well, the school district changed the plan yesterday after getting an update from the Guilford County Public Health Department. After consistently monitoring COVID-19 data, health officials say the health metrics have been moving up in the red category since Tuesday, October 6th. Well, the latest data indicates students and staff would face the, quote, highest possible risk of transmission in schools, end quote. Well, the school district and health experts are urging the public to help students return to class as soon as possible by preventing the spread of the deadly virus. Well, that includes wearing a face mask, practicing social distancing, and washing hands often.
We believe that the consequences of not being in school are dire. So if we can get students back in school in the next 2 weeks, we're going to do everything in our power to return them to the classroom where they should be. But again, we need the community's help.
Remember, a small amount of pre-K and kindergarten students are already back in the classroom on a voluntary basis. For now, district leaders say those students can continue in-person learning. Well, GCS is considering allowing all students in pre-K through second grade to potentially start in-person instruction next Monday, October 26. District leaders plan to meet this Friday to discuss an adjusted reopening plan. But remember, health officials say COVID-19 metrics change every day.
Important information. Candace, thank you. This news still caught many parents by surprise who thought they'd be getting ready for their kids for school this morning. But we talked to some who were frustrated by the last-minute notice. Meanwhile, others seem pretty relieved.
I had to clock out of work so that I could make a bunch of phone calls and figure out what we were going to do with less than 20 hours notice. It's unacceptable, and quite honestly, it's irresponsible of Guilford County.
So I'm very relieved because they're going to be safe, and the safety was my priority. So I'm really happy to know that Guilford County, their priority is for our kids to be safe.
Guilford County school and health leaders will meet again on Friday to discuss their reentry timeline. We'll keep you updated on what they decide on WFMYnews2.com or through our free News 2 app. And now let's get to a few more morning headlines. New changes to absentee ballot counting here in North Carolina. An appeals court ruled elections offices can receive mail-in ballots up till November 12th. As long as they are postmarked by Election Day. The ruling also allows voters to correct their ballots if they're missing witness signatures. It comes as 10,000 ballots were in limbo and can now be fixed and processed. And as of 5:30 last night, more than 1.1 million voters went to early voting sites in person across North Carolina. So far, more than 635,000 absentee ballots have been submitted. And remember, you can still early vote in person until Halloween, and then you have until Election Day to get your absentee ballot postmarked. Both President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden getting ready for their final debate happening Thursday. Yesterday, debate organizers announced rule changes that include muting the candidates' microphones while the other is speaking. This will only happen for 2 minutes at the start of each topic. Criticism of the first debate included the fact that the candidates kept talking over one another. And CVS Health plans to hire 15,000 workers to help in its pharmacies. The chain says it needs extra workers to help to keep up with demands of flu season and the coronavirus pandemic. There are various full-time and part-time positions that need to be filled, including people able to help give COVID-19 tests and flu shots. All right, a lot of news this morning, but let's bring you guys into our first conversation this morning. So yesterday we talked about cookout milkshakes. Triad, you may have missed that, but they were in the national spotlight after Joe Biden made a pit stop while in Durham. And Ed, you actually posted this on Facebook wanting to hear about people's favorite cookout milkshakes, and you got quite a few responses.
Got a great response, and I appreciate everybody weighing in. There were some flavors that I didn't even know that Cookout made, but you know, if you can put it in a milkshake, Cookout can do it.
Oh yeah. Christian told me that I need to try the mint Oreo milkshake. I haven't tried it. I usually go for just the mint chocolate chip or the Heath Bar one, which is kind of random, but I think it tastes really good. Triad, what's your favorite milkshake there?
Ooh, all those sound good. I don't think I've ever had one that I did not like.
I think that's the thing with them.
Yeah, exactly. They're all good. They're all good. I know during the kind of summertime months, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they have a watermelon one. I think I tried once.
A watermelon?
That one was surprisingly good too. Yeah.
Well, I bet with this day and age, they probably have some kind of pumpkin flavored one too that I'll probably want to try.
Yeah, somebody mentioned on my Facebook page yesterday that they had a pumpkin spice milkshake or something like that, and they commented that it was very, very good. I haven't tried the watermelon, and I haven't tried the pumpkin spice, but I'm sure they're absolutely delicious. I listed 2 on my Facebook page yesterday. I like strawberry banana, and I like peanut butter banana. Those are my 2 favorite, but I've had peach before. I don't know if they have that year round, but they had it this summer, and their peach milkshake was absolutely awesome.
Okay, Ed, I know you love those peanut M&Ms. Do they have an M&M flavor?
They do put M&Ms, and I did not know that. You know, I get stuck on a flavor, and I don't move away from it for a while.
Same thing.
But I tell you what, I got all kinds of different shakes, and I didn't even know that Cookout made so many milkshakes. But hey, if you request it, they'll put, and I didn't even know when the first time I ever had a banana peanut butter, I was like, I'll ask them and see if they'll make it. And sure, no problem.
Did.
Boom. And it's great.
So you can create your own flavors. A lot of people agreeing with you. Judy says her favorite is banana peanut butter. Joe says chocolate peanut butter milkshake from Cookout, her favorite. Heather said the watermelon one, and Jay said the pumpkin pie flavor is good. Jason actually added something, I think this is cool. Peanut butter and strawberry tastes like a PB&J.
Ooh.
I like it. So Cookout milkshakes are great, but we want to know what one place you think is iconic to North Carolina. Is it Cookout or somewhere else? You can go ahead and let us know in the comment section right now. I was trying to think of something that just seems iconic to North Carolina. And when it comes to food here, the thing I've noticed, at least in my short time living here, is that you can get grits just about anywhere. And I love some grits. And that's probably why I've gained some weight. But that's aside from the fact, you know, I just love how you can go anywhere and get grits, and they're delicious, and they have cheese in them. And like, I'm thinking about scrambled, they have the Gouda cheese grits, and I just could go on and on and on. But that's something I don't see a lot back home, so I think it's pretty iconic to the Carolinas at least. Ed, what about you?
Well, I love my grits, and you know, lots of butter and cheese in my grits. But the thing about grits in North Carolina is that they're actually homemade grits. Yes. You get a box of grits, you pour them in boiling water, and you cook them. Now, I will confess, I use instant grits, because I'm getting ready to come to work. I ain't got time to do cooking at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I use the instant grits, but what I call the real grits. And I think that's the reason people up north don't like grits, is because they try the instant grits and they go, yeah. and they need to try the down home cooked grits, in my opinion. But you know, we're so blessed with all kinds of different foods and restaurants. Of course, barbecue at the top of the list. But there are some other restaurants that were started right here in North Carolina. Hardee's started in Rocky Mount.
What? I did not know that.
Hardee's started in Rocky Mount. Bojangles is headquartered in Charlotte. Biscuitville, this is a good one. It started out as a pizza joint in Burlington, North Carolina.
Really?
And the owner said, well, I'd like to do something where I can bring customers in the morning. He started making biscuits, and it was soon changed to Biscuitville. How about that?
Well, there's your little North Carolina history lesson.
Oh, I'm
for
all
this
about North
morning.
Carolina history.
I knew
love
you'd
this
give
state.
us all the facts. A lot of people saying that those are some the places that you just named are some of their favorite places and what they consider iconic staples. Fanta said Biscuitville, Heather said Bojangles, Jason said Lexington Barbecue. Another person said Lexington Barbecue, and Nadia said Cheerwine. Triad, that was one thing I had to try when I got to North Carolina was Cheerwine, because you hear so much about it.
Yeah, same thing for me. I had it for the first time after I moved to North Carolina, and it is absolutely delicious. I'm a big fan of Cheerwine, and like all these restaurants, I think if I had to pick one that would be iconic, it probably would be Cookout for me. You know, the first time I ever drove up to one here in North Carolina, I was confused as to how to order, but once I figured it out, I was good. Their menu board is unlike anything I've ever seen. And I actually went back home to Alabama last week, and I drove by a Cookout down there, and I almost passed out. They have expanded down there to the deep south, and people down there love Cookout too.
They are now blessed to have it. It needs to go on over to Arkansas. But y'all, Jimmy made me realize we forgot one of the most important, iconic places here in North Carolina, Krispy Kreme.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
How do we forget Krispy Kreme?
Yeah.
Where did it get started, Ed? Was it in Winston-Salem?
Winston-Salem. I think the first store opened in 1937 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. There you go. And also I want to add, and correct me, viewers, if I'm wrong here, I think Village Tavern is a local restaurant. I'm not sure. They got two in Winston-Salem. They got one here in Greensboro. They've got one out in Colorado in a suburban area of Denver. Now, I may be totally wrong, but I do love me some Village Tavern up there on just off of Battleground Avenue. I think it was started here in North Carolina, but I may be totally wrong. I'm not sure.
I did not know that. I do love Village Tavern. They have excellent food. Goodness, we have a lot to be proud of here in North Carolina. Just, you know, from the food to all the different places you can go and travel to, the beach, the mountains, and the weather too. Because it's this week literally perfect. Yeah, and oh yeah, one more thing. If you want a pickle with your hamburger, all you got to do is go to Mount Olive. There you go. You see it on the jar, Mount Olive Pickles. That's Mount Olive, North Carolina. All right, let's talk about Piedmont weather. Is it time to do weather? I guess it is. They popped it up on the screen. Looking mighty fine. Mixed sun and clouds. Really, for the next 3 or 4 days, we're about 76 today, upper 70s Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday may turn out to be the warmest day. I think we're going to get close to 80 that day. Mid 70s on Friday. Little cold front moves in, kind of limited moisture the way it looks now, but we'll put a small shower chance in for Saturday and an even less chance coming up on Sunday. Right now, your weekend does not look like a washout. Well, Ed, a lot of people saying they didn't know all these things about North Carolina, so as I said yesterday, I Google a lot. Google gets a lot of business from me. But no, very proud of all of our institutions and our restaurants and things from North Carolina. This is obviously a great place to live. Yeah, Triad and I both, not natives to North Carolina, but Trian, I think you can agree with me. It's been a great place to live, actually.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, for all the reasons that you all said, the food, the landscape, and of course the people. It's definitely been a good experience being down here for sure.
Yeah. Well, I could talk about food all day. I know these two could too, and I know you could, but I gotta go eat some breakfast because I haven't today.
Some grits.
Yeah.
Grits. Yeah.
I might have to order me some. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on After GMS. We hope that you have a wonderful day, and we do this every day right here on Facebook Live at 7:45. See y'all later.